Now, the first way to sound more masculine and seductive is to not talk too fast. Now, my kings, when you are talking too fast, you end up swallowing a lot of your words, and that will make it very difficult for your listener to understand you or even comprehend what you're saying. And because you're talking too fast, that will make the person lose interest. That is why, as a king, if you want to sound more masculine and seductive, the goal is that you will not talk too fast. And that doesn't mean you should talk very slowly, because when you talk very slowly too, it can get uninteresting. So the goal is to be at a medium pace where the person you're talking to can understand every word that is coming out of your mouth, and by that way the person would also be interested to know what you're saying to the very end. And here's the thing, women are captivated by what they hear. So when you are telling a woman something interesting in a slow pace that she understands, of course she would want to listen to every word that comes out of your mouth. You will captivate her and you will make her interested in what you're saying, and by then the goal of sounding both masculine and seductive would have been achieved. Another way to sound more masculine and seductive is to choose your words wisely. Now, my kings, there are some words that is not supposed to come out of the mouth of a king. That is why you select the words you're using on whoever you're speaking with, especially when you're dealing with women. Remember, we are naturally emotional beings, so there are some things you can say that would not mean anything to you, that would not mean any harm to you, or if you're talking to your fellow king and the both of you use those words with each other, you will be fine with it. But when you say those particular words to a woman, it becomes a whole different thing because of our emotional nature, and that is why you have to choose your words very wisely when you are talking to a woman. Even when you're talking to people in general, it is very recommended that you make sure you're choosing your words wisely, because there are words you can use in an office space you know very well you can't use in a club. There are words you can use in a club you know very well you cannot use when you're presenting a business to a particular person. That is why it is important that at every setting, at every given time, you know the right words to use and use them. So when you're dealing with a woman, be a little more selective with your words, because like I mentioned, we are emotional beings and you will not want the woman you're trying to get to know or the woman you're dating to misunderstand you just because you're choosing your words wrongly. Another way to sound more masculine and seductive is to pay attention to your tone. Now, my kings, the way you say something, the sound of what comes out of your mouth matters a lot, because there is something that you'll be saying and you actually don't mean any harm, but the tone at which you say it can mean something different. Just like the phrase shut up, you can tell someone to shut up and they will shut up. But when you say shut up, now the person knows it is more than just you trying to shut them up. You are actually insulting them. So the tone at which you say things is very, very important. And because in this case you are dealing with a woman and you're trying to sound more masculine and seductive, remember, we are attracted by what we hear. So the tone of your voice matters a lot. When you're talking to a woman with that masculine, deep voice that you're talking to her with, it would definitely sink. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to have a deep voice for you to achieve that. What it means is that you have to just pay attention to how you say what you say. Make sure that your tone is balanced and rhythmic. When there is this flow in what you're saying, a woman would definitely be captivated. That is something you have to practice. That is why it's something you have to even do in your daily life. When you're talking to people around you, just try to practice it more often, because when it becomes a part of you, it will be so easy for you to do it when you're talking with a woman. Another way to sound more masculine and seductive is to pay attention to your body carriage. Now, my kings, the way you position your body when you're talking goes a long way to affect the tone of your voice and what you're saying. That is why when you're sitting upright, it is easy for people to hear what you're saying, because it easily just flows from inside out. But when you're sitting sluggishly and you're talking to people, it is very difficult. The tone of your voice changes, and it's very difficult for someone to even hear you, not to talk of understanding what you're saying. That is why, as a king, when you're talking to a woman, the way you carry your body is very, very important. And also, that also helps with your confidence. And confidence is one thing that attracts every woman. There is a woman who is rich, doing well, doing her thing, and she's just waiting for that man who will be bold and confident enough to approach her. But many kings can see her as, oh, this one is way out of our league, she's doing so well, I might not be able to approach her. But if you are able to gather that confidence and courage to talk to her, immediately she will start feeling you. That is why it is important that even as you're trying to talk to a woman, you make sure that your body posture is very good, as that is going to help you sound more masculine and seductive. Now, the last way to sound more masculine and seductive on my list today is to see everyone you're talking to as a woman you are attracted to. Yes, my kings, this one is very, very tricky, but this is so that you help yourself practice and get to that perfect stage where you can talk very masculine. This is because the more you practice it, the more it will become a part of you, like I mentioned earlier. So when you're talking to your friends and you're talking in that masculine and seductive tone, you will start getting used to it. So now when you're talking to a woman you're attracted to, you will not find it difficult or try to now rearrange yourself or, try to form it. But because it has become a habit, because you've been practicing it for a while, and it will be something that will just flow easily. I know you might get to a point where maybe you're talking to your fellow king and they'll just be like, why are you sounding like that? Why are you talking to me like that? Do not mind them. Just keep practicing it, because the more you practice it, the easier it will become for you. Because remember, the goal here is to sound more masculine and seductive. So that's it for this video, my kings. These are 5 ways to sound more masculine and seductive. Please do let me know if you found this video interesting and informative as well. Do well to subscribe if you haven't done that already. Turn on the notification bell, like this video, drop a comment down below, share this video with your family and friends, and see you in the next one. Bye.